Hey, here we go with chapter 3, lesson number 3, integration involving natural logs, ln. So, before we go into that, let's think back to a differentiation. And if we were differentiating ln x, Callum, what would you get? 1 over x. Perfect, you would end up with 1 over x. But notice if you have your log graph, well, the log graph only exists when x is a positive value. So it's only when x is bigger than 0. Your log graph does not exist when x is a negative if you extended that back the way. So that means that ln x is only defined when x is bigger than 0. So if you were asked to integrate 1 over x, well, what you may think is that, well, x just now is x to the power of 1. If you move that up to the top line, you'd have 1x to the power of negative 1. But when you add 1 to the power then, you'd have x to the power of 0. And they'd be dividing by 0, so that doesn't work. So we need another way of integrating 1 over x. And the way you do it is you think back to this. If you differentiate ln x, you get 1 over x. Which means then if you integrate 1 over x, you go back the way and you go back to ln x plus c. However, this is only true when x is bigger than 0. Because again, x is only defined when it's bigger than 0. However, what you're thinking is, well, what happens when x is less than 0? What do we do? Well, what you need to do is you need to think about something that is known as the modulus, or the absolute value of a real number. And that is denoted by the modulus signs around it. It's these two vertical lines around your number, and it's the non-negative value of whatever x would be, regardless of whether x itself is positive or negative. And what I mean by that is, well, the modulus of 2, the absolute value, the size of 2 is 2. But for negative 3, what you do is you ignore the negative. We're just looking at the absolute value, which is always non-negative, which means the size of that would be 3. This means then that the modulus signs can be used to get the absolute value, which will always be non-negative. So, if we integrate 1 over x with respect to x, well, remember, if you integrate 1 over x, you get ln x plus c, but only when x is bigger than 0. So that means it can be shown by writing ln, and you would have modulus signs around your x. So 1 over x would go to ln x, and again, you've got plus c. And that will be true for all positive and negative non-zero values of x. So you will have the modulus signs. So, quick recap then. If you integrate 1 over x, you get ln x plus c. But remember, you need the modulus signs around your x. Yeah. And if you integrate 1 over ax plus b, well, again, because it's 1 over something, you're going to write it as ln something. So it'll go to ln ax plus b. However, it's not as straightforward as that. Yes, you need your plus c, but also it's not just x on the bottom. You need to think about the derivative of what is on the bottom. If you differentiate ax plus b, you will get a, so you'll also have to divide by a. Yeah. 2 notes with that. The first note is, remember, you will write ln x with the modulus signs around x in order for it to be non-negative. However, if you know x is a positive value, then you don't need to write the modulus signs, and everybody's happy. And note 2 is that this rule only applies to linear functions. So for example, it would not apply to 1 over x squared plus 3. It is not a linear function. There is a squared term on the bottom, so we've got this quadratic here. It's definitely not linear. Let's try some examples then. Example 1, integrate 8 over 2x plus 1 with respect to x. First thing you need to think is, well, 8. You could always take that to the side and that would just stay as 8. Then you're integrating something over 2x plus 1. So you've got the x on the bottom. When you integrate that then, you will have ln. And what do you need? Good modulus signs, 2x plus 1. However, just remember up here, you need to think about the derivative of what is on the bottom. So if you differentiate 2x plus 1, you get 2. So you'd also divide by 2, or move that to the side, it'd be 1 over 2. And once again, you need your plus c. From there, 8 times a half. 8 divided by 2 is 4, so you'd have 4 ln 2x plus 1 with the modular signs plus c. Next example, example 2, integrate 2 over x plus 4 over 6x plus 1, take away 6 over 1, take away 3x with respect to x. So, 3 different parts. The first one, if we integrate 2 over x, well, the 2 we can leave as 2. That's just staying. If we put that to the side, that means 2 times 1 over x. So again, you're thinking, well, 1 over x goes to ln x, and you need your modulus signs. Yes, so that will go to 2 ln x. Perfect. After that, you've got plus, so write down plus. The 4 again, your 4 will just stay as 4. That is not changing. If you put that to the side, that could be 4 times 1 over 6x plus 1. So 4 stays, and 1 over 6x plus 1 goes to ln 6x plus 1. But what do you need, Ian? Yes, you need to divide by the derivative of the denominator. So if you differentiate 6x plus 1, you get 6. So you're dividing by 6, or multiplying by 1/6. Takeaway would be takeaway, that doesn't change. 6 would go to the side and stay as 6. And again, if you took the 6 to the side and imagined that as 1 over 1 minus 3x, well, you would have ln 1 minus 3x, again with these modulus signs. However, what else do you need? You got it. You need to divide by the derivative of what is on the bottom. If you differentiate 1 take away 3x, you get negative 3. So you need to divide by negative 3. So either just put a line and put negative 3 in the bottom, or put it at the side, so it's 1 over negative 3. And on the end, you need plus c. Woo! From there, let's tidy that up a bit. 2 ln x will stay as 2 ln x. 4 times 1/6 will be 4/6, which simplifies to 2/3. The rest will stay as it is. And you've got takeaway. You've taken away the negative, which will make that a plus. And 6 over 3 just becomes 2. So you'd have 2 ln 1 take away 3x. And again, make sure you've got your plus c. Example 3, let's integrate between 14 and 2. 1 over 2x take away 1. So the first thing you want to think is, right, well, we could integrate that straight away, because we know if we integrate 1 over ax plus b, it goes to ln ax plus b, remembering to divide by the derivative. So if you integrate 1 over 2x take away 1, you will have ln 2x take away 1. Except you also need to divide by the derivative. So we'd also divide by 2, and you'd have ln 2x take away 1. And you're integrating between 14 and 2. However, if you look at this, I've not got the modulus signs. Why have I not put the modulus signs? Good, because if you're subbing in 14 in place of x and you sub in 2 in place of x, well, what you're going to get is positive values. So you know it's going to be ln of positive numbers. And when it's positive numbers and you know that, you don't need the modulus signs. So from there, sub in the 14 in place of x, so it's a half times ln, works out to be 27, 2 times 14, take away 1. Take away a half times ln, sub in the 2, 2 times 2, take away 1, and it'll be a half ln 3. After that, well, you've got a half ln, take away a half ln, you've got half as a common factor, so take that out. And it would leave you with ln 27, take away ln 3. Think back to your log rules. If it's ln a take away ln b, you can write that as ln and then in brackets a over b. So you can divide them. So here you can write that as a half times ln and just do 27 divided by 3. And we all know 27 divided by 3 is 9, so it's a half ln 9. Could you leave it as that? Well, you could actually take it a bit further, because thinking again about your log rules, if you have a number in front of ln, you can move that up, so that would become an index. So we'd have ln 9 to the power of 1/2. And finish this off, DJ. What is 9 to the power of a half? Why, it's the square root. Yes, it's a square root. And the square root of 9, DJ? Why, I believe it's 3. Yes, it would be 3. So you'd have ln 3, and that would be your answer. Try these questions then. You are integrating, but it's involving natural logs ln when you integrate 1 over x and 1 over ax plus b. Page 50 in the workbook. Give it a shot. If you still need the workbook, send me an email and I will send it out to you. Best of luck. Bye.